Week 3 is over. It went pretty well for the Bills. I was pretty happy about that, how that game went. Especially because I stupidly thought we would do horribly, not really thinking about the actual lineup of players and scheme versus scheme, and instead just going off a totally vibes based, superstition based, we lose to the Jags all the time, we just don't understand. Maggie, get over it. It's okay. Sometimes we beat different teams than we used to beat. We will see if we can beat the Ravens this coming week. We're underdogs, which is interesting to me, given that we seem to consensus be the team to beat in the league. I know a lot of people will be like, they haven't played very good teams. The Dolphins, we were playing to most of the game. You know, it's not like you compare the Dolphins team that we played versus Skylar Thompson Dolphins that played this past week, who did not do well. Cardinals are doing well. Marvin Harrison Jr. is doing great, and the Jags suck, but, lots of teams suck right now. It's the beginning of the season. The Ravens have been sucking. They pulled it together in this last game. It's a question of protecting against the run, because it seems like that's pretty much all they've got. And as I've said before, I don't get the Ravens. I don't get Lamar. I think we can beat him. Simple as that. We'll see if I'm being too cocky this week compared to being too much of a downer. I'm all over the place. Yeah, the atmosphere in that stadium seemed to be pretty electric, which is not something we're going to have on our side in Baltimore. Since I already wrote about this game on my Substack, and since I've talked about it on social media, I'm feeling kind of brain dead today and feeling like I've talked about this game enough times already that you guys don't want to hear any more about it. And I feel like on my Bills reaction video, I actually was doing fair amount of decent commentary real time, because I was very, very into that game. I know a lot of you guys watching this are Chiefs fans. If you do want to go watch the Bills reaction video, I swear it's good. Chiefs game, neither team played well in that game. Neither team played in a way that really impressed me in that game. You look at people talking about the Chiefs, the Chiefs are 3-0. Steelers are also 3-0. Are we really thinking the Steelers are going to make it to the Super Bowl? I don't think the Steelers are going to make it to the Super Bowl. Sorry to my entire husband's side of the family who's obsessed with the Steelers, but no. I don't think that standings necessarily are exactly what you need to go on after 3 games to be able to look at a team and say who has what it takes to go all the way. Chiefs certainly always have all the pieces to get where they want to go, but their gameplay has not, Mahomes has not been playing great, and Travis has been wherever, and you lost Pacheco. So beating the Falcons in a nail biter is pretty equivalent to beating the Jags in a blowout, so I think we're kind of even. And I would say that our quarterback play has been better than your quarterback play. I don't want to get into the constant best quarterbacks argument. Burrow apparently played well. I didn't have a chance to watch the Bengals game because I was watching the Bills game, but Burrow played fine. Problem is, Jaden Daniels played better. Are we saying that Jaden Daniels is already the best quarterback in the league? No. We're probably saying that he's the CJ Stroud of this year. CJ Stroud has been playing fine, but they got shellacked. That being said, the Vikings are playing extremely well. They're really screwing up our draft for next year, because I was kind of depending on that second round pick that we got for Diggs being better than what they're showing us right now. So please lay off Kevin O'Connell. I know everybody's very proud that you're able to get Sam Darnold playing at this level. Just quit it. It would be as a favor to me. Quit it. Thank you. Chiefs this next week are playing the Chargers, who lost to the Steelers. The Chargers are pretty beat up right now. Herbert's not going to be playing at full power because he keeps screwing up his ankle. I know Bosa is also injured on the Chargers. Joe Alt, who has been playing amazing, is now injured. And Derwin James is suspended for hitting people with his head too much, I guess. So going up against the Chargers versus going up against the Ravens, I mean, in any other situation, I would say obviously the Ravens are a harder team to beat, but they haven't been this season. Not really. So we'll see. Other teams that are beat up, I mean, the Rams and the Niners, it was like they should have just been playing against each other in wheelchairs. I mean, who's the Niners? The Niners are missing everybody but Ayuk and Purdy at this point. Like, like everyone on that team is hurt. Rams are missing Puka. They're missing Cooper Kupp. Like, we're having a lot of injuries in this league this early in the season. I don't remember it being this bad last season. Am I crazy? Tell me in the comments if I'm crazy, because it really seems like I don't know if they just have not been drinking their milk in the off season, but like everybody's bones are crumbling. If you're looking at our division, obviously the Dolphins got curb stomped. Also in our division, Patriots Jets. Jets beat the Patriots. Everybody's talking about how great Aaron Rodgers looked. Yeah, he looked much better against the Patriots. I'm still not willing to give him a full bill of health yet. And even Aaron Rodgers will say that to you. Like, I saw him on Pat McAfee the other day talking about how awesome Josh Allen is, and just he said about himself, I'm 40. So at least he has some, I think he has a better grip on the situation than a lot of the pundits did coming into the season, who were sort of crowning him possible MVP. He's like, no, I'm going to just play fine. I'm going to play good. I'm still going to get into the Hall of Fame based on what I did before. But anybody expecting me to be anything other than a 40-year-old coming off an Achilles injury, I'll do fine for that. So I don't usually give Aaron Rodgers a lot of credit, but I'll give him credit for that. If we want to look at the Chiefs division, already talked about the Chargers, let's talk about the Raiders, because they just got destroyed by Andy Dalton playing for the Panthers. So your division is looking about as challenging as our division. Poor Bryce Young. Speaking of young quarterbacks that I feel bad for, poor Will Levis. Oh, Will Levis. Like every week, Will Levis. We're playing the Titans in a couple weeks. I'm hoping to go to that game, but the tickets have, of course, gotten obnoxiously expensive now that the Bills are doing so well. Not that they're not always obnoxiously expensive, but they're harder to come by right now. So I should have bought those early. That's on me. But I may be doing a aftermath of the Titans game as opposed to a reaction video of the Titans game. But we'll see. And watch the Titans just beat the pants off of us. Giants, Browns, don't care. I'm happy to see the Browns still doing horribly. It was interesting in the Super Bowl last year when we were watching the Super Bowl, my husband was like, well, don't you root for the AFC team in the Super Bowl because you're an AFC? No, I hate all the AFC teams. I want them all to lose, because they're our competitors. NFC, go nuts, have fun. I want all the AFC teams to lose because they're the ones that I'm always worried about being ahead of us in the rankings. So no, I'm not going to just turn on a dime at the last second. Fuck other AFC teams. Fuck the Browns. I'm glad the Giants beat them. Giants suck though. Malik Neighbors played really well. So, a lot of these guys who went in the beginning of the draft are doing great. Marvin Harrison Jr. is pulling his shit together. Malik Neighbors, Jaden Daniels, they're still not playing Drake May, but let's not even talk about the Patriots. Joe Alt was doing amazing until he got injured. I feel so bad about that. I know he's on the Chargers, and I just said that I don't root for AFC teams, but I'm kind of rooting for Joe Alt because he's amazing. So, good job, kid. Do well. Get better soon. Someone who's not doing so hot from the top of the draft is Caleb Williams, who, I've seen a lot of people being like, this isn't Caleb Williams' fault. It's not Caleb Williams' fault. It's not Caleb Williams' fault. Well, no. But this is yet another year where we've seen a number one quarterback who was dubbed a generational talent, who is now hopefully not Bryce Young. Maybe he'll get paid the way Trevor Lawrence did, but Trevor Lawrence looks like shit. You look back at a draft like the 2018 draft, and Josh Allen went, what was he, number 7? And everybody was down on him being picked that high. Sam Darnold's late career renaissance notwithstanding, I think everybody agrees that Josh was the most successful quarterback to come out of that. I think we're going to see the same thing about Jaden Daniels. You're going to be like, well, why didn't Jaden Daniels? You'll look back 5 years from now and say, why was Caleb Williams number 1? Overwhelmingly, unanimously, no debate, everybody knew going number 1, and Jaden Daniels wasn't. And there was debate, is it going to be Jaden Daniels or Drake May? I think we're about to see Jaden Daniels blow that wisdom out of the water. Other games I haven't touched on, Eagles, Saints. I just listened to the whole Kelsey Brothers podcast this morning. I did not watch the Eagles Saints game, but it sounds like the Eagles they were doing fantastic yardage wise, but just could not score until the fourth quarter or something insane like that. I don't know what's going on with this Eagles team, man. And I'm shocked that the Saints struggled so much because they've been doing so well at the beginning of the season. So we'll see where that goes. Maybe that's just what I was saying about you can't base who the good teams are off of 2 or 3 games. We'll see where they end up in the standings by the time the season's over. Broncos, Bucks, what? That's all I have to say about that. What? I hate Sean Payton. Lions, Cardinals, I have no idea what happened in that game. I've heard nothing about that game. It must have been super boring. I am rooting for the Lions, just in general, in the NFC. Good job, go Lions. But I think the Cardinals still, I get the sense the Cardinals still have some life in them. So just because they're 1-2, I wouldn't count the Cardinals out completely as far as at least getting to the playoffs. Ravens, Cowboys, I did watch some of that game, and Cowboys nearly pulled it out at the end. That was kind of crazy to watch. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. It didn't make me think that the Ravens are going to be that difficult a team to beat. I'm just going to say it. I think they nearly missed being 0-3, joining the Bengals at 0-3. It's really fun when I get to call them the Bungles. I like that a lot. I think I touched on everybody. We will be doing... God, am I going to be doing 2 games on Sunday, or are the Chiefs playing Monday Night Football? Please tell me the Chiefs are playing Monday Night Football. Doubleheader might kill me. Oh God, it's a doubleheader. Oh my God. All right, trusty energy drinks will get me through on a Sunday night. I will try to get both of those reaction videos up as soon as possible, Monday, Tuesday. I do also have a job, so one or both of them might have to wait until a little bit later in the week. Until then, go Bills.
Yeah.